Morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Let me move this here. Good morning, guys. We're back. We are back, everyone. Let me move this here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Wednesday, guys. Good to be back on. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is doing well. We got Goldie with one of the biggest sell-offs that we have seen in a very long time. To be exact, let's have a look. Gold, yeah, let me just move these screens around, make sure you guys can hear me. Excuse me. I do have a little bit of a croaky throat here, guys. I have picked up a European cold, but we're all good, guys. We're all good. Let's see. Where are we? So, the biggest... so it was the second biggest sell-off that we've ever seen on gold. Second biggest sell-off. The biggest sell-off ever on gold was April the 15th, 2013. Here you go. Wow, look at that. Dropped 9%. And here we have yesterday. Look at this. Yesterday dropped 5.7%, which is crazy. So, the biggest... look at this. Dropped 140 here. But yesterday it dropped about 250. And after that, 2012, 2013. So... yeah, yesterday gold had an absolutely huge sell-off, which to be honest is quite nice to see. Yeah, literally, Patrick. Yeah, guy who called shorts yesterday was right all along. Hopefully he held. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. I thought it was a pretty interesting stat to have a look at here. Let me just post the story that we're on stream, guys. Let me let everyone know on Instagram that we are live. Yeah, didn't make it any less time. That's stupid. But yeah, it's nice to see gold having a little bit of a drop off, as opposed to be. I think my mic's a bit too loud. Opposed to being so, jumping on every day, all time highs. It's nice to see price actually giving us some structure and levels to the left to actually be able to now base trades off again. So, audio and video good, awesome. Thank you, man. So welcome back, everyone. And you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years, mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. Now, I didn't actually trade gold yesterday. Actually, no, sorry, that's a lie. I did trade gold yesterday. What did I take on gold yesterday? I took a short on gold on a 5 minute breakout here. But I did actually take an NQ trade yesterday on a combine, which was very, very nice. I took this NQ trade, and NQ is potentially shaping up for some longs here. You got some all-time highs here in NQ. Nice potential longs shaping up here in NQ. Goldie. Let me just see here, guys. I'm trying to post on Instagram that we're live here on the Topstep YouTube channel, but for some reason it's not letting me. Goldie, though, had a very nice sell-off in the Asian session. That was very quick and early in the Asian session. But look at this absolutely perfect morning star play here. Look at this perfect morning star. And you guys who trade Asia, that was a fantastic sell-off yesterday. We said in our Asia market to continue selling gold, because there was a high chance. What? Felt like Christmas. See, 4 instead of 2. What? That's crazy. Yeah, there was a beautiful evening star sell-off here in Asia. You would have had to be very quick, shorting at 1 a.m. London time. Down into yesterday's low was about 400 ticks. You ended up ripping like over 1,000. And now gold's starting to have a nice little bit of a pullback, which is good. So we'll see what we get for the day here in the London session. Guys, remember the ranges are very, very big. This was the short from New York session yesterday. And wait, what? Let me see. Wow. Oh, there you go. Nice. Nice, Chris. I hadn't seen that. That's amazing. Yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, gold yesterday in like a couple of minutes, in a single 5-minute candle, we were watching this. You know, gold was down 400 ticks. And you guys who are maybe new trading gold, 400 ticks in a 5-minute candle is absolutely insane. Yeah, do I have that? I wouldn't mind 40%. That's amazing. So yeah, still so much volume in these markets here, guys. So remember to reduce the size. I actually like this NQ buy here in a second, guys. Don't think we said. Hey man, I'll take one. I'll take one. Yeah, the reason I like this NQ long here, guys, is look at this hourly. Came down, tagged the lows, re-breaking back higher. So you also have a trend line coming down like this on NQ. I like this potential NQ squeeze here, guys. We may push it from here soon. This is looking like a nice long here on NQ. So let's keep an eye on NQ. Goldie's having a pretty decent bounce here as well. Obviously yesterday, like I said, we closed with that incredibly bearish candle closure. But look where we've tapped right into. We've tapped right into here. Previous massive breakout level. Tagged yesterday's lows. And you're instantly having a very, very, very decent reaction higher. From the Asia low to where we are right now, gold's already back up 1,400 ticks, which is huge. Like I say, guys, these ranges are absolutely crazy. The price action is still fine. Yeah, the price action is still nice to trade, but what do you do when the ranges are so big? Well, just reduce your size. Very simple. Just reduce your size. The price action isn't changing. The price action isn't any different to if it was maybe 20 ticks. So just be understanding these volumes and these ranges are huge. Yes, you could make a lot of money maybe trading these ranges. You could also lose a lot of money. So be smart. Think about the risk, not the reward. So if we do get some trades on gold today, yeah, we'll probably be trading small size. You can kind of see here, Asia came down, grabbed the lows. Now, what I actually would have more so have liked to have seen is, if I was probably watching this in Asia, probably want to see a little bit of a pullback to create this sort of left shoulder head, right shoulder, before seeing this squeeze. So the fact that we haven't really fulfilled this inverse head and shoulders makes me think if we do find some resistance, there's the potential to pull back here. But we are pretty bullish here coming into pre-London, coming into London Open. We're pretty bullish here in gold. We may squeeze up a little bit more. Now, let's adjust our levels here as well, guys. We got 15 close coming in 4 minutes. I'll have a look at NQ, but let's not chase NQ. Let's see that closure. Did we tap back into 4,000? Yes, we did. We got right back down to that 4. Did we hit 4,000 actually? Let's see. That's what we were calling yesterday in our Asian market call, for price to come back down to 4,000 on the futures. But we actually haven't got there yet. Look at that. Came very, very close. Came to 4,050. So let's get 4,050. Let's get... Look how close these 500 tick ranges look. When I used to put these on my charts, you'd have to like scroll out to find these ranges. Look how close these 500 tick ranges are. That's what these key levels are here on gold. They're 500 tick ranges. So when you see them this close, it's pretty crazy. So we got 4,200. There we go. Now these should be in play for quite some time here on gold. So this is our key levels. We have 4,000, 4,050. We've broken back above 4,100. We're about to break back above 4,150. So where would our next target be? 4,200. And you guys can see here to the left, this is very nice levels here. Look how nice these levels here. This is how well these levels get respected here on gold. So major support, 4,200, nice round psychological level. We could see gold today here in the London session potentially squeeze up into here. Before then, you know, what do we do on gold? Do we keep selling off? Do we start to create a massive range? Do we come back for the highs? We will see. We will see. NQ have a nice squeeze. And what was interesting, guys, if you were here on... Where was that? Was that Monday? What did we say on Monday here, guys? What did we also do? What did we not do? Look at this. This is very, very key here. We spoke about this in the Asian market call as well. What did we not do here? Look at this. What did we not do here before this huge sell-off? What did we not do? Pop quiz time at, what? 7:40 London time. We're having a quiz. Look at this. What did we not do here, guys, before having that sell-off? What do we talk about pretty much every single day? Exactly. Exactly. What do we not do? What do we not do that we do literally every single time? And what do we do? What are 90% of our trades based off? Exactly. You guys on Zoom got it. What do we do? So, what do we not do before this sell-off? We never re-grab the highs. Now, what do I always say to you guys? What does price love to do? It loves to re-grab the highs before having the sell-off. Now, when it hasn't tagged the highs, it's very minor, but it's very important. Then, what did we do literally before yesterday's second biggest historical sell-off on gold? What did we do? We came all the way back up. We tagged the all-time highs, chopped out any early sellers, brought in way too many early buyers, and had one of the second biggest sell-offs in the history of gold. All from coming all the way back up, tagging these highs, and having that huge breakout. If you have a look at it on the currency chart, it was even crazier how we literally tagged the double top and the all-time high by literally a couple of pips and sold off like crazy. And that's why these liquidity levels and understanding that gold loves to come up and tag previous highs or lows before these moves is very, 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 very key. 15 close here on NQ. Let me see. I like NQ for a potential buy here, guys. But look at where we're coming into. Big resistance. I'm going to wait for London Open. If we have a... Wait, where are we? No such thing as a dumb question, man. You absolutely ask away. Currency chart is just the XAU USD chart, Oanda chart. If I just show you guys here, look at this. Look how crazy this was on the spot chart. Yeah, exactly, man. Yep, exactly. This one, look at this. You literally look at this, an absolutely perfect double top. Now, what does gold love to do with double tops and double bottoms? Loves to come up and liquidate them highs or lows before having that real move. Look at this on the currency chart. Literally came to the absolute T. Here, double top. Look at what did you not do here? This never re-grabbed the previous highs. So what do? You come all the way back up. You literally tag that new all-time high. All-time high traders, buyers, their alerts go off. You stop out any early sellers risking off these highs. And then you have that absolutely insane sell-off right back down to the lows, which was just absolutely crazy. So nice to see the liquidity levels playing out so well. And again, this is why understanding these levels on gold and understanding that price loves to come up and grab these highs and lows before having the real move is very, 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 very key. Yeah, so many. Yeah, I also agree, Patrick. Yeah, I think you would have got a lot of people trying to get trapped in longs there. Oh, this 15-minute flip would have been beautiful here, guys. If we get a pullback at the London Open, I would like to buy NQ into these all-time highs. Would have been lovely buying this, but I was waiting until we jump on. It is Oanda, man. Oanda. Next dumb question. But yeah, remember, guys, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Anything that I'm speaking about and saying, you know, this is a non-egotistical place to learn. So anything that you guys might feel like is a dumb question, I promise you it's not a dumb question. You guys ask absolutely anything. There's no such thing as a dumb question here. We all had them questions once. Look at this squeeze on gold here, guys. Look at this. Yep, I'm sure. Yeah, there's maybe there is such thing as a dumb question, but to a degree. Should I buy now? Should I buy, Aaron? Should I buy or sell, Aaron? That may be a questionable question. Questionable question. If you say, Aaron, should I buy now? Aaron, should I sell now? Then yeah, then to a degree there is. Nice, thank you. Come back low here. Bought the 230 candle this morning when we closed above 4100. Do you think I jumped in too early? 4100. Let's see here, man. What do you have on the lower time frame? 41. So you bought it at 230 here. You bought this one. Well, you hadn't really closed back above. You hadn't closed back above on the hourly. So you sold off, you know, 1,200 ticks. So would I be buying here? Personally, not. This looks like a break and retest, potentially go lower. So I'd wait for this hourly to close back above. Hourly close back above, then I'd buy at 4 AM. That'd be a much nicer confirmed trade. And even if you waited for this candle to close above, you bought from here to here, you know, that's still a 200 tick trade. But it's a 200 tick trade with a much higher probability of hitting because you had that closure above. So yeah, personally, I wouldn't. Or you know, you'd wait for this 3 a.m. Candle here to close. Then I'd buy from here to here. And again, much nicer trade. Buying back up into the initial Asia high, that would have been a great trade. Back up into that 4100 level would have been fantastic. So yeah, personally, I wouldn't have bought at 230, just because it was such an aggressive sell-off as well. But not only was it aggressive sell-off, the hourly also hadn't closed above, which is very important. Very, very, very important. So we got gold still squeezing high here, guys. We got London open in 10 minutes as well. Just gonna let gold find its feet. You're already having a pretty decent look at this 30-minute liquidity grab breaking higher. To be honest, I like the look of NQ. But let's see. We have a look at some of you guys' questions. Oh, nice. Caught this pre-London 100 ticks done for the day. Clays is making too much profit, man. Let me have a look. Let me see this trade, man. Let's have a look. Lovely trade, man. What time frame is that? What time frame is that, Clays? That was a beautiful trade. Stand asleep thing. Yeah, I know. That's a beautiful trade, Clays. Fantastic trade. 15-minute, yeah, absolutely beautiful. That was a very nice trade. So, tag the lows, close. Sorry, pretty much the same. Here, that was again, yeah, pre-London, great trade. Look at that. Tag the lows, close bullish, buying at 715, fantastic trade. Absolutely fantastic trade. What color is your toothbrush? Guess for a free combine. No, I'm just joking. I don't get to make them decisions. Yeah, nice. Yeah, great trade, man. Great trade. Caught this trade after hourly fake out. Yep. Again, beautiful. A set figure to move to break even? No, you. I would watch the video in the quick tips section of the course, man. There's a video on knowing when to go to break even. It's very, very key. Going to break even has to be very strategical. It's not a dollar amount. It's not a tick amount. It's much more than that. Yeah, pretty much buying into pullback levels, these key levels here, because there's no liquidity levels right now. But just kind of buying into these pullbacks. Well, you did have one here, pre-London. You had a perfect double top. Look at this. Look at this. You would have got a lot of people, you know, shorting here, risk not that high. So you grab them, which is nice. But do you have any liquidity levels now? Not really. So you'd more so just be kind of trying to buy the breakout. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Let's have a look at you guys' questions here. Yeah, that's why you don't want to do them habits, man. We're not here to get lucky. We're here to do what consistently works. Same as the people who would have got maybe lucky, you know, chasing huge shorts yesterday. You do that over a long period of time, especially in the London session. That sell-off on gold yesterday in the London session, you know, you try to do that more times than not, you will lose money. So we got to do what works consistently, not what might work today. So, you know, you might gamble today and get lucky. You try and do that the next day, the next week, the next month. You're going to lose money. So don't build them bad habits. Like I say, we're not trying to do what works today, what might make money today. We're trying to do what works over a long period of time, over 100, 200, 300 plus trades. What platform do you trade with on Topstep? Calculate position size of percent balance. This is Topstep X. This is Topstep X here. I measure my sizing based off the tick amount here on gold. So you measure this move here on gold. 279 ticks at one contract, $2,700. So it's quite easy to quickly work it out on gold. But in your settings here, you can set up bracket orders. So you can automatically, which I've kind of started to do, set up dollar risk amounts. So as soon as I hit my trade, it'll put me in for stop 500, loss 500 profit, and then I can kind of drag and drop it from there. Remember, guys, risk management settings for the day. Let's lock it in. Wait, Bruno. Is this right? Liquidate. Yes. That's right. Liquidate. There we go. Let's lock the 750 in for the day. Lock the risk management settings in for the day, guys. We could have some potential longs here on NQ, but we're going to wait for the London opening, guys. It's only in 5 minutes. 5 minutes going to get that London open. We'll see if we get some trades. Why not use XAU GBP? Because we're trading the futures here, which is gold against the US dollar. What indicator is that marks out the highs to you? Unfortunately, it's not an indicator, man. It's my own levels. This is my own liquidity levels that we draw on every day, man. You see me draw these levels on every day. So, unfortunately, there's not an indicator that spots these liquidity levels. It'd be pretty cool if there was, but yeah, I kind of find it easier just to... All these levels here is what I draw myself. Hope you feel well, man. Get well soon. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'm all good, man. We're all good. We're all good, man. Just a little bit of sniffles. We're powering through. We're powering through. Yeah, what's this? Yeah, pretty much in. Yeah, pretty much. Euro, yep. Well, I have a look at the euro as well. Absolutely. Used to punish myself in my XFE by being reckless when I traded the combine recklessly. Yes. Whereas when I took my time with the combine, it reinforces the mental habits once you reach the XFA. Yes, absolutely, Patrick. That's very, very important. If you full margin the XFA, if you full margin the combine, you try and pass in 2 days. Yeah, you might get lucky. You might pass some combines. But if you want to do what actually works and you want to get consistent payouts, not just one payout, once a year, then you want to build them good habits. Good morning, Hamza. Good morning, man. What? Yeah, I feel like that might be an issue, Matt. I saw that someone else. It's like that has to be an issue. Unless you already had someone, you lost them, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, automatic levels. It also takes like 2 seconds to know where the liquidity levels is as well. It's also so simple to mark on. Once you kind of see it more, like it's very easy to like know that, okay, cool, you got a double top here. Here's your level, done. This was yesterday's low, done. You can get an indicator to those mark on daily highs and lows for sure, like this one yesterday. But this one's like, yeah, I can see there's resistance here. You haven't grabbed the highs, cool, mark it on. Same as this here on NQ, that's the highs. You got some more liquidity levels here. Like, it doesn't take me too long to just go, cool, that's done. Literally, what would that take? 2 seconds? It's like, you don't even really need an indicator to do it. Unless it's going to trade for us, that'd be pretty cool. Three minutes till London Open here, guys. Goldie having a lovely push here. Gold having a very big push here, guys. Gold may be tough, but I think NQ is going to be nicer here today. I'm happy to trade either or. The reason gold's going to be tough is because look how much you've already broken out here. You had this breakout here. Well, where was the buys? Well, we'll know they should be from here. And you're up 400 plus ticks. So we know we should be buying from here. Should we buy from here? No. Should we sell from here? Well, no, because you're breaking out still bullish. So gold's going to need some time, guys. I think NQ is going to shape up nicer. Yeah, have a look at the euro. Absolutely. How did the euro close yesterday? Oh, look at this. Euro back down again. Euro's been remember, in this crazy weekly range, we did lose our levels, but let's draw them on again. So we have some, let's put this, where are we? 16250. We also have some very nice resistance here at 172. So we got, you got euro on the weekly trapped in between a very big range here. Big weekly resistance, big weekly support. Now, looking at this daily time frame, though, you did close very bearish yesterday. You broke above our weekly key level, tagged the highs, closed right back below. So shorting on Monday into Tuesday would have been fantastic. And now coming onto charts here on Wednesday, I would say continue selling back down into this 16250 level. I wouldn't really want to be buying against yesterday's candle closure. But if you can start breaking back lower, yeah, I would say shorts here are looking pretty nice. Maybe come back down and where are we? Come back down and maybe retest some of these lows down here if you start closing back below. Yeah, you've already had a very, very, very decent sell-off here. Look at this. Look at this nice little left shoulder head. Nice right shoulder. You see that? Left shoulder head, right shoulder. Very nice. Right shoulder formed once you broke back below the key level and you had that daily fake out. Great short. So I would say, yeah, continue selling the euro. The euro is not really an instrument I like to day trade. But yeah, I would say euro probably to go lower. We got hourly close coming up here, guys. Let me get the countdown the bar close on here. 1 minute, goalie squeezing. It's a good question, man. Don't you think NQ right now has done the liquidity grab and would end lower? Yes, I mean, that's the thing. If I was buying this pre-London, I would be managing this trade right here. as soon as we grab this first level, kind of like we did yesterday. Sorry, the day before. So this first liquidity level has been hit. So if I was buying from here, that would be a decent break-even point. So I'd probably take the break-even here. But you haven't hit all these major upside levels as well. But could this first initial level give London a bit of a pullback? Yeah, it's very possible. That's why we kind of want to see this hourly closure, because the more you sell off here in the last couple of seconds, the more the hourly's gone from, where do we open? Like somewhere around here, gone from looking like this, nice and bullish, to all of a sudden we're wicking all the way back down below. So yeah, if we close like this, London liquidity may be done. And we may squeeze a little bit low. We've got London open here, guys. Let's have a look. My story's still not up posting. So let's have a look here. So gold squeezing higher. NQ here, we hit the first level, tagged the lows, tagged the highs, held support, held resistance. So, excuse me, guys, I'm very blocked up today. You guys don't want to see me blow my nose. Excuse me. So yeah, you kind of got NQ kind of trapped in a little bit of a range here. Like I say, you tagged the lows, you've tagged the highs, held resistance, held support. So we have to kind of zoom out a little bit here in NQ. What are we seeing? Okay, cool. Well, we got big 4-hour resistance. We're tagging previous 4-hour highs. So, so yeah, you may range a little bit. I mean, longs still make the most sense. You know, we're still overall very bullish. You have, sorry, all-time highs here on NQ. So we're still very, very, very bullish. We have a lot of upside levels to target. You kind of look at this from the perspective of, you know, anyone who's trying to short NQ right now, where would they be risking off all of these highs? Well, this first level has been grabbed, so let's get rid of this one. So 2 liquidity levels are here and here. Now, could we maybe come down and test some of these pre-London lows before going higher? Possible. Let me change this to London here, guys. Where's London? Here. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. We're in a bit of a range here. So I do like the longs, but yes, you are right. We did hit the first liquidity level. Absolutely. That's kind of fueling this move down here. So any early London sellers, you know, trying to do something, any early sellers trying to do something like this on NQ, you know, maybe they're short in here where they put their stops just above this high. You came up, tagged the highs, and now you're selling back lower. Yeah, definitely don't tell them that's crazy. But I have seen that happen to a lot. So yes, we may pull back a little bit on NQ. Then maybe these highs get maybe tagged closer to MY potentially. Did you become an NQ trader? No, Goldie's still my baby. Goldie's all I'm really trading here. Gold's all I'm really trading. I did take an NQ trade yesterday, but my NQ trade yesterday was just on a combine. He turned to the dark side. Traitor. No, I'm still, you know, you can see all my trades are gold. They're all Goldie. All of my trades are gold. So, no, I'm still a gold trader. Don't worry, guys. Don't start disliking and leaving me. I'm still a gold trader. But yeah, with the huge sell-off yesterday on gold, you know, I didn't really want to chase this too much. So I just like to watch both, to be honest. Like, it's pretty easy for me just to have a quick flick through and see if something's shaping up or not. If nothing's shaping on gold, I'm like, cool, let me just have a quick look at NQ, see what NQ's doing. Right now, NQ's not really shaping up too much, so now I can put my focus back onto gold. yeah, literally, Chris, he called it to the absolute T. He has celebrated. This is a day that's going down in history for him. Called the absolute tops on gold. And if there's one guy who deserves to be a told you so, is absolutely that guy. Yeah, get the gold chain. Remember, if you guys are on X, I do believe we did just hit 500. Oh, look at this. We just hit 500 followers here. We hit 500 followers on X, guys. So I posted the NQ trade yesterday. Remember, guys, hashtag London Open at TopstepTV at the Aaron Trades. And if you tag London Open, share your setups, share your charts. Look at this. Beautiful. and I'll be able to see your guys' trade. Share some wins, share some losses. Maybe even just share that you're watching. Tag me, tag Topstep, tag London Open. I'll be able to see your guys' screens. Goldie having a bit of a nice pullback here, guys. Gold could shape up for us. Remember, any single candle closure here on gold can change anything. So be ready for it. Oh, wow. What's that? Bitcoin has given up all of yesterday's gains. We have a look at Bitcoin. Absolutely. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. So let's see. Let's have a look here on Goldie, guys. So we're, 4150 is a big 4-hour level of resistance. 4150 is big resistance. The more this, if we get an hourly fake out here, we have an hourly fake out into a 4-hour tag of the previous highs, or maybe even a 15-minute fake out here on gold. You start breaking back below. Remember, there's the potential for gold to come all the way back down for this left shoulder, head, right shoulder region, which breaking back below this key level here, that's a very decent pullback trade. So gold could shape up here, guys. NQ still squeezing lower, so we'll leave NQ longs for now. All of a sudden, NQ's gone from looking nice to now all of a sudden, okay, cool. Gold's breaking out. Now gold could be nice. We've got to be very reactive and adaptive here. Bitcoin, let's have a look. Yeah, wow, look at that. I mean, look at yesterday's candle closure. You didn't really close above. You just wicked out some major highs. You held some big resistance, and you're squeezing lower. So, yeah, I think Bitcoin back down to 100K looks pretty logical. Look at this weekly time frame here. Look at this. Tag the all-time highs again. Same thing as gold. What do? We tag the liquidity. We wick down below. Huge sell-off last week. So to me, I don't see any reason why this wouldn't continue selling off. Where's 100K? Again, 100K is looks like a pretty healthy level as well. Don't you think? It looks like about time we come for a nice healthy pullback here on Bitcoin. Yeah, that's crazy. Even if you look here on Bitcoin, look at this. When we broke above 100K, we never quite came back down to retest it. So Bitcoin to come back down and retest 100K, yeah, it looks nice. I don't day trade. I've never day traded Bitcoin. I don't really know how it moves intraday. So I'm just saying for a higher time frame outlook, yeah, Bitcoin back down to 100K looks nice. You're coming back down, about to re-break yesterday's low. So yeah, if you can break through yesterday's lows, yeah, this could sell off pretty well. Look at that perfect liquidity graph. Same as gold, guys. What do? You come up, tag the highs, huge sell-off, pullback. Where would you very likely come now? Well, if you start rejecting from here, same thing to the highs. If you start rejecting from here, what could that do? It could bring in any early buyers, sit some liquidity below here. You're very likely come down and spike out these lows here. Let's have a look at Goldie here, guys. Goldie trying to get back lower. Gold, I may look for a potential hourly fake out play. Look at this here on NQ. Any copper trades? Copper, I haven't really. I used to like getting some good trades on copper. I just haven't really traded since that July sell-off. There was some nice pullback trades here, but to be honest, again, to me, this is when whenever I look at a chart and the daily time frame looks like this, I just wait. I'll wait for the daily to make more sense, because if the daily's not really making sense, then my job as an intraday trader is going to be very difficult. So super simple analysis here on copper. Big support, big resistance, bit of a tough range here. So personally, I wouldn't really want to get too chopped up in here. So copper could shape up, over the next couple of days, but intraday trading, I don't really like too much on copper right now. I think there's much nice opportunities out there. Any tips for position sizing MGC 50K account? I mean, man, with the ranges that we've been seeing recently, 1 to 2 micros can give you great profits. Hamza, are you still here? Hamza, how many did you take on? You took 1 micro on gold yesterday, and made $500 or something per account? Was it 500 or 400? Yeah, 220. Again, amazing. Because where was that 5-minute short we took yesterday? I took the same play. Like this 5-minute short here yesterday, here. You had that nice 5-minute fake out, and this was a great trade as well. Shout out to Hamza for taking this trade live as well. This was a great trade. You had that nice 5-minute fake out. You had a liquidity level of these lows here. Sorry, where are we? Drag this to here. Go on, we can do it. Get it on. There we go. Almost. Wait there. There we go. We got there. We got there. So this 5-minute sell-off yesterday here on gold, you know, from here to here was 200 ticks. So you take that at 1 micro as $200, $220. So understand the ranges, measure how big they are, and then kind of work your position sizing from there. You know, if I say to you, yeah, you know, when I was trading 50s, you know, I was doing 5 micros. But would I be doing 5 micros in these markets? Absolutely not. I'll be trading like 1 to 2 minis. Same as if we get trade here on gold today, I'll probably trade small size. Trading small size, you can still get great gains. You know, you get a 100 tick move, which is really not that crazy in these ranges. Well, at 1 micro, you know, it's $100. 2 micros, $200. So it depends on how big your stops are. Yeah, I wish I could less than micros of these ranges. Yeah, I know. It is absolutely crazy. Yeah, how much risk do you recommend per trade during the evaluation phase for a 50k? It depends on your level, but I would say, you know, 150, 250 is a pretty decent amount. NQ turning. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. Good spot. I want to see this. I want to see this NQ long. Where are we? Yes, potentially. May have some. Still pretty bearish on the 15. Yeah, I think you know, 150, 250, 300 max is more than enough. My max day loss limit on a 50 would be like 500. My max loss limit here is 750 on this 100. I'm not even really getting anywhere close to that, to be honest. So I would what's my average win here? My average wins 200. My average loss is 91. This is on 100k. So yeah, I would stick to 250, 300 max. That's more than enough. Yeah, NQ could shape up for us, but this is a pretty decent 15-minute fake out. Look at this. You tag the lows, close bullish, tag these highs here, close straight back bearish, and you're selling off. So to be honest, I think NQ may come a little bit lower here. Goldie trying to squeeze out here. I think this is going to be a potential trap here on gold, guys. I think we could go lower. How do you get the candle countdown? If you come to the settings here on the bottom right, here, countdown to bar close, then you can put it on there, man. Good question, Tim. No need to apologize, man. I'm much more neutral on gold today, man. I was, you know, initially coming into the day bearish on gold because it was, you know, you obviously had that huge sell-off yesterday. But with the way Asia tagged the lows and has had this huge reaction from this 4,050 level, I'm very neutral. Because look at today's current candle. You know, we've already wicked some major lows, held some huge support. So my daily bias right now on gold, you know, I mean, look at this daily candle here on gold. It looks like we've already had this day play out. Like, it looks like this day's already done. But it's like we're only 8 a.m. London time, and it already looks like there's a full day played out here. So my daily bias was bearish on gold coming into the day, but for this exact reason. So now that we have done this, yeah, my daily bias is much more just being reactive to intraday levels. But kind of what I am seeing here on gold is price to pull back into this inverse head and shoulders level before whatever happens down here, you know, we'll see. So bearish would obviously be, you know, smart because we're following yesterday's sell-off, which was the second biggest sell-off in the history of gold. But I'm trying to be much more reactive here, to be honest. If we pull back here on gold, guys, I do like this short. I like this short. You've got a trend line coming up. You've got inverse head and shoulders level to come down into. 15's gone from breaking higher to instantly back lower. So you can see you kind of got this trend line coming up here. Anyone looking to buy here, you got a nice double bottom there as well. Yeah, that's so true, Sonny. Yeah, so true. Appreciate it, absolutely, man. I mean, this month here we are up a nice 3.9 thousand here. 3.9 thousand. That's a great question, actually. When was the last time we took a short on stream? I actually don't think it was that long ago, you know. I think it was potentially even last week, and it ended up being a loss. That's exactly why. Nice 15 breakout here on gold, guys. I may look to get short here. I'm going to trade micros here, guys. These ranges are very big. If gold opens with a top wick, I'm going to trade some small size. Stops are going to be, you know, 200 ticks. Crazy. I'm going to trade like one micro here. If we can pull back a little bit here, guys, I'm going to look to get short. Look to get short here on Goldie. Somewhere around here. Let's just go see if we can go for a little sell limit at this level. See if we get short here on Goldie. Very small risk, guys, because the 30 hasn't closed back below, but I want to see this 15 top wick and continue selling off. I'll be risking off no more than this current 15 high here. Actually, wait there. Let's not do that. Let's potentially sell stop this. Let me have a look at the 5 minute. So 5 minute tag the highest bearish. Yeah, let's I'm gonna sell stop this instead. I'm not gonna sell limit. I'm gonna sell stop this. 1 micro. Very small size here, guys. Very small size. I want to see if we can tag this double bottom and also come back down to some much deeper levels here on gold and come back down to that inverse head and shoulders. Look at that NQ selling off. Good patience on NQ. Let's go micro chart here and let's go, sorry, GC here. So we are looking for this main chart here to come down and fulfill this inverse head and shoulders. So you just had this nice 15 breakout here. You've closed below some major levels, coming for an instant pullback, which is great. So if this 15 flips bearish and sells off, we could be looking for some decent shorts here on gold. You know, maybe even back down to that, you know, 41.30-ish. 41.30 from here. You know, a nice $200 at 1 micro, which is crazy. And then potentially much lower for a potential $400 move. And I would like to add into this trade, to be honest. Or maybe add in on a 30-minute closure. So 15 holding that resistance. Let's see if this 15 flips bearish and breaks out here. Be risking off somewhere around, I don't know, 65-ish. There we go. So just got tagged in there. Didn't quite flip bearish. I'm going to keep stops. Risk about 150 here. An exit for me on this trade would be a 15 closure back above this level, guys. 15 closure back above here. I'd look to cut the trade. So I may be risking about $100 here. And I would enter in more on a 30-minute breakout. NQ closed on daily equilibrium at view app. Hey, that's true. Where's my view app gone? That's a good point, man. There we go. Let's get that back on. I missed having that much chance. Where is it? Oh, no. That's the wrong one. Where are we? Here. There's my view app. What was your question, man? So we are back inside the bearish channel. Pull back and sell. Yes, there is potential shorts on NQ. I'll have a look at NQ in a second. See what happens with this gold trade. My hard stop's up here, guys, but I'll be risking off anywhere around this area. I'm risking maybe like $100 here. I would like to scale into this trade on a 30-minute fake out closure. I'm selling this on an anticipation of it being an hourly fake out. More so, if you look at this 4-hour time frame. Massive 4-hour resistance tag and previous 4-hour highs. So I want to see this flip bearish and come for a much deeper push here. In very small size, like I say, I will add in more depending on how the candle closes. Why can't I not log in here, guys? I'm trying to log into. I'm trying to log into my personal. Why can't I not log in here? There we go. I can't log in. That's weird. Have I got a VPN on here or something? Oh, maybe. Yeah, lots of training. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why I can't log into My personal. I've been banned. Been banned from the personal. Where are we? Here we go. There we go. I'm going to miss this trade. I'm trying to get this here. See if we can get this here. Morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. Any tips on how to preserve my XFA? My goal is to scale up to 5 XFAs, but after each payout, I lose it. Let me just see. Sorry, I'm in 2 seconds.
Order filled.
Oh. Who is that? All right. There we go. I heard that. I'm gonna risk off the 15 high, see if we can drive this much lower. How to preserve my XFA? I mean, just make sure that you are trading a plan that you have proven to yourself consistently works. I mean, there's a lot of psychological things in trading that we only learn from the struggles in trading. Like I've lost combines, lost XFAs after payouts. Like it happens, but you want to be making sure that you're learning from it. If you're just always passing and then losing and then passing and then losing, it's then okay, cool. Then we need to actually refine the plan a little bit more. But you can scale to multiple accounts, but you want to get consistent just trading one first with small size. Once you get consistent with one trade in small size, then you can look to scale. But right now, don't focus on scaling. Focus on trading consistently. Consistently with small size. Look at my trades here. I'm not trading huge size. I'm not trading massive wins. I'm not trading, massive losses. I'm trying to keep this nice and consistent. So focus on consistency, not trying to trade massive size. If you go for the consistent $200 wins with small risk and $100 wins, $300 wins, don't focus on scalability and the monetary side of trading. That will come with time. That will come with time, man. I mean, if you're taking a payout, man, you're doing something right, which is great. Most people, struggle to get to even the payout stage. So if you get in the payout stage, you're doing something right. Now it's just kind of getting over that next barrier. There's always barriers to overcome in trading. But my biggest tip is just to trade small size. Trade small size and focus on consistency over profits. Scalability, profits will all come with time. Alright guys, remember if you are trading London, guys, remember hashtag LondonOpen.x at TopstepTV at the Aaron Trades. I don't like I'm called the Aaron Trades. Like I'm some sort of celebrity and there's a couple of me. But I think someone did take Aaron Trades. I got a great entry there. Yeah, someone stole Aaron Trades. It had to be the Aaron Trades. We got 6 minutes till this 15's close going to come in here, guys. Like I say, if this 15 starts to re-break the lows, I'll go from, maybe risking like around here soon. So let's see. This is just to keep me safe in case anything crazy happens. Like I say, a real exit on this trade is a break back above this level. But I'm trying to play this. You got a nice little 5 minute head and shoulders. You got shorting above a liquidity level. You're trying to get this to have a much deeper playback here. You can kind of see you got a nice little trend line coming up here as well. Most people are trying to buy the trend line, but I'm trying to short into it. Trying to short into the trend line, short into the fact that price needs to come for a pullback into this inverse head and shoulders. And the only risk is I am shorting anticipating an hourly fake out. You want to wait for the hourly fake out, great. But the way this intraday's breaking out makes me think we're going to do it pretty soon. 30-minute close coming in 5 minutes here as well, guys. And then we will have a look at... actually, let's have a quick look. NQ. Yeah, NQ's a little bit messy in here, to be honest, guys. I think we picked the better choice out of the two. I think Goldie's shaping up nicer. I think Goldie's shaping up nicer. So stop loss is around, yeah, about 41.60. Is there any difference on having like 5 to 10 trades versus 50 to 100? Talking Topstep dashboard stats. How do you mean, man? What do you mean? Sorry, I'm not too sure what you mean, man. Any difference on having 5 to 10 trades versus 50 to 100? I mean, in terms of the stats, the longer time period of trades, the more probable it is to work in longer market conditions. I'm just going to grab a charger here, guys. It'll be 2 seconds. Oh no. Exposed. Look at that. Let's see here. What are we up to, guys? What are we up to? So if this 5-minute close is bullish, last 5 of the 15, last 5 of the 30, then, you know, we can look to manage. We want to see this. This is the most important 5 that we want to see drive down. Because like I say, if this 5-minute doesn't close bearish, it closes bullish, we'll then look at this 15. We'll go from looking like we're going to flip bearish to potentially holding support, holding resistance. NQ could be shaping up again, guys. Look at this. NQ could be shaping up again. Let's see that closure. Let's see. I am short from 50. Where am I short from? 55.1 here as well. 55.1. It's kind of a trade that I do want to give a little bit of breathing room. But if the 15 doesn't kind of flip how I want to, then, you know, I may see how this 30-minute closes and opens. Let's open this, you know, had this nice bearish push. Hoping this should just break this support pretty quickly. Enter resistance where man? Here? Why did I short here? Because I want to take the break of the 15 low. I didn't know this was going to hold because you opened, pushed up. So sell, stop the low, anticipating that it's going to be nice top wick and flip and drive. And looks something like this. That's what I was trying to short the break of the 15 low, anticipating the 15 is going to do that. Otherwise, you could have got caught in a 15-minute fake out. But it's not really, yeah, it's only like 60 tick difference. But I will be risking off this resistance. If you break this resistance, you know, I'll be closing this at like maybe minus $80. Personal a little bit more. Let's see, guys, we've got a couple minutes here. Let me go to the 30 here on this chart because this is what's going to be important here on gold. So 30 minutes still going to close bearish, but let's see if it's going to close bearish below this low here or not, because that's what's going to be important. If we close bearish below the body of the previous 30, then that's good to squeeze lower. But if we wick above, then we may go higher. So this, whether we close above or below, 55.4 is very important right now. Very, very, very important. But yeah, I don't like to take the retest entries. I prefer to take the breaks of the lows. I mean, in this situation, yeah, it looks like, you know, you're shorting support, but when you get the volume and it drives through it, then you get a nice trade. But obviously, yeah, sometimes this can happen. You can get caught trying to short right at the support. So when it doesn't work, yeah, it looks obvious, but when it does work, it looks beautiful. Let me have a look at NQ here on my other chart. How's NQ shaping up like? NQ shaping up nicely here, guys. You could have a nice 50-minute fake out long on NQ. May cut the loss and look for a potential gold. Sorry, NQ long on a 15 fake out. 40 seconds. See how we open here. It's looking like I might close this pretty quick small loss, guys. Yeah, NQ. Yeah, NQ is looking interesting. NQ is looking very interesting. The dotted lines on my screen, these are my manual lines. These are my manual liquidity levels. These are just levels that I draw myself, man, yeah. See, look at this guy's looking interesting. Not off the cards just yet, let's see. Now we kind of want to see how this 30 minutes going to close. Sorry, open. Oh, look at this, 3 seconds. Alright, how's this 30 minute going to open? Opening with a top wick, which is interesting. Opening with a top wick. Still holding this little resistance here. 15 never re-grabbed the lows. Kind of hovering around entry here. 30 minute. Yeah, 30, let me make this a little bit bigger here for a second. So 30 minute, what can we see? So we had that nice closure back below this liquidity level, which is nice. You see, we broke above, we closed right back below. But we are also holding this. That's the only concern here. But with this 30 minute opening and instantly pushing up, I personally still like this short here, guys. I like this short. I've got 2 lines here. Let me get rid of this one. I think this would trap in a lot of early buys here. Let's see, guys. I'm gonna hold this for a little bit longer. I kind of want to see this. I'm a very small risk here, so I kind of want to see this play out. To me, it's not invalid just yet. Actually, let me see. Depends if NQ's looking nicer. So NQ here, you held this very, look at this, very nice. You got a nice 15-minute fake out here in NQ. Tagged the lows, closed bullish, kind of similar to gold. You had a very nice fake out with some very nice upside targets. How did the 30-minute close here in NQ? A little bit, see, that's the thing. There's a nice 15 fake out, but look at the 30-minute. It's a little bit rangy here. NQ, I will hold off until we get a little bit more of a breakout, because this is a little bit of noise in here. But if NQ can break out today, guys, there's potential for some very nice NQ longs here today. Let's have a look here, Goldie. Let's have a look. Oh, good question, man. Sorry. The one showing in the stats, kind of the P&L. If one micro, one trade, if I add a remove, counts up to some. No, there's not really too much difference, to be honest, man. No. That's the thing. Sometimes if you like scale in and out of a trade, you know, it'll look like you've taken like 100+ trades today. But if it's the same trade, you're scaling in and out. Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. It won't make too much of a difference. Yeah, here you can add a. Here's all the indicators you can add here. So I'll keep my stops above this level here, guys. If you break above this, I'll cut the trade right away. But as long as we hold below this, I'm happy to see if we can squeeze this. You got a nice double bottom, you got trend line. Ooh, nice. Let's have a look. Pretty sure your strat just paid me on crude. Wait out the highs in the hourly. Oh, nice. Let's have a look, man. That sounds pretty good. Let's have a look. Yes, that is yes, man. That is a beautiful trade. Yeah, that is definitely the strategy, man. That's a perfect trade. You shorted this 8 a.m. candle here. That's perfect. You wicked out the highs here. You would have closed back below on a lower time frame, so you got that 15 fake out. Pretty much the exact same trade I'm trying to take here on gold. Worked perfectly here on crude. Look at that. It's beautiful. Right there. Yes, absolutely, man. That's a great trade. Tropically Brewing, fantastic trade. I hope that's your actual name as well, not just your YouTube name. Yeah, that's a great short. Pretty much what we're trying to do here on gold. Very, very, very nice trade. Very nice trade. Fast markets. I will be back on fast markets next week, man. I will be on fast markets next week on, I believe. Let me have a look here. Where is our chat? Where's it gone? I'll be back on fast markets on the 28th. So next Tuesday. Next Tuesday I'll be back on fast markets, man. Yeah, that crude short was a fantastic trade. Great trade on the crude short there. Very, very, very nice. But yeah, that is the absolute plan. So more rejection from this level here, guys. I think a lot of people will be trying to buy here on gold, sitting the stops down just below. So to me, this looks good to see if we can actually break this support with some volume. We should be good to see if we can drive here. You got that nice double bottom below. You have the trend line coming up. We just need to see that volume. We need to see that volume, Goldie. Give us that volume. Give us that volume, Goldie. Almost called it NQ. Can't be doing that. Let's have a look, guys. We got any hashtag London Opens on X? No, none today. No one wants to join the. Oh, that's sad. Here we go. It's hashtag London Open if you guys are on X. Share your trades. Share you're watching. Tag Topstep. Look at this. Share some analysis. Doesn't have to be winning trades. You can share losing trades. Yeah, we can learn from it all, and we can share that we're just even watching. Let's see here, guys. Let's see. Holding this resistance, holding this support. Kind of been stuck in this range since pretty much the London Open. We have been going pretty sideways here on gold, guys. London Open had that nice sell-off. Pretty much gone sideways for the last 35 minutes. So, stay patient, guys. Don't overthink it too much. And trades. I'm in 2 XFAs and consistently making 2 to 3K per day using short-term scalping after liquidity grab strategy. You got me into. Wow, amazing. But I do see 1 or 2 down days of about 2K in a week. I mean, right, man. So, firstly, you're consistently making 2 to 3K per day. That's absolutely fantastic, man. By using the liquidity strategy, which is amazing. So, props to you on that side, man. You're refining and you're growing, you're learning. That's absolutely amazing from tuning into a live stream here. Yeah, I would imagine. But I do see 1 or 2 down days of about 2K in a week. I mean, man, down days are normal. It doesn't matter what strategy you trade. You're going to have losing days. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the best trader in the world. You're going to have losing days. If you average, let's say if you average 1K a day, but also your losing days are about 1K a day, that's fine. You can still be profitable with that. You just need a good win rate. There's nothing wrong with trading like 1-to-1 risk to rewards, if that's kind of what you're doing. But you're making more than you're losing. You have more winning days than losing days. Then that's still good. Anyone who says you can't be profitable with a 1-to-1 risk reward, you absolutely can. And me personally, from a psychological perspective, I prefer to have, I used to go for the 1-to-5s to 1-to-10s. You guys can go back on some of my old videos, which I used to share for absolutely free. But the thing is with that, yeah, see, there you go, Aiden. Yeah, I used to go for 1-to-5s to 1-to-7s to 1-to-10s when I was swing trading. And the only thing is that, like, that's fine. But realistically, I have to accept that I'm probably going to have 3-4 losses in a row before I do get that one good trade. So from a psychological perspective, it does get pretty tough. So now for day trading, personally, I prefer to have smaller risk reward, but more consistent wins, which sounds like it's pretty much the similar thing, which is still great. As long as you're profitable, man, you're profitable. If you're averaging 2-3K a day, you have 1 or 2, losing days, then that's fine. You can work on refinement of cutting your losses early kind of as you progress and get more data as well. You can refine over time. Go back in the month and look at all your losses. Maybe go, okay, cool. Well, this loss, we closed above this level. Maybe I had my stop up here. Well, as soon as it closed above, I probably could have cut my trade there. Therefore, okay, cool. Now I can start working on my refinement. And that's kind of one thing I do now. My hard stop's here, but realistically, my exit on this trade is any closure back above this level. That's how I like to manage my trades. But again, that management has come from seeing these things happen time and time and time again on gold to know that that's how I want to manage a trade. Get consistent, refine over time. Don't worry about too much about having the perfect entry, with the perfect stop, the perfect risk to reward, blah, blah. Focus on consistency and go back at the end of the month, look at your losses and say, okay, cool. How could I have maybe refined that? Maybe I could have had my stop above this liquidity level. Or maybe once it broke these lows, maybe I could have gone, okay, cool, now I'm going to manage my risk, for example. It's something that will come with time, man. I know, what's going on, Goldie? Where's the volume gone? We we sold off, you know, at the London Open. What do we sell off here in this 1 5-minute candle? Well, in 10 minutes, we sold off 280 ticks, and now we kind of got a little bit sideways. But to be honest, rejection from this support is good, because I think this is trying to bring in some early buys, and I think we're going to squeeze this lower. We just need that volume. 15 is trying to break back lower as well here, guys. 5-minute trying to break the support there. I'm still short here on my other account. I'm short from 54.7 as well. So I got 2 shorts here on gold right now. Uh, 15 is tagging the previous lows here, guys. So if you tag the previous lows and start to come back higher, then I'll definitely manage. Look at this. You've just tagged the 15 lows. So could that be a liquidity grab to go higher? Maybe. So let's see. If this 5-minute breaks out after tagging 15-minute lows, I will manage. That seems like a pretty logical place to manage. Even though this 30-minute does look like we want to come lower, you may pull back first before then we get short, maybe around like 9, 10 a.m.-ish. Again, that's why it's always good to watch both charts here. Let me keep this chart cleaner. We have that fake out level. Oh, I've got so many followers on Twitter. Look at this. Amazing. Ah, look at this. Look at Dakota crushing the month as well. I'm just going to stop sharing my stats because Dakota comes along and shares this. I thought I was good sharing my stats. Look at this. Dakota absolutely crushing it. Look at this. 7,000 for the month. 7K for the month. Look at that consistency. Beautiful work there. Let's see if we've got any London Open tags here, guys. Let's see. There better be at least one. Wait, was there one? Oh, no more. I give up. Come on, Goldie, get back lower. Do I scale in? Yes, I will scale in if we actually just break out here. I just want to see some volume before I scale in. Because I've started this so small, only literally 1 micro, because these ranges are so big, yeah, I definitely want to be in for more than 1 micro. I'm looking for this, you know, to come like for a deep retracement. I want to make more than $200 off this trade. Good morning, D. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Tuned into your show the other day. It was good. Thank you for stopping by. And that's only on Dakota's Topstep. Yeah. It does, Sean. Yeah, it's amazing. It was like 500,000 last week or something, man. It's something crazy. If gold doesn't drive here, guys, you know, I may look to manage. We have that 15-minute close coming in 2 minutes here. Look at the 15, tagging the lows, holding support. If we start to wick back above, I would have wanted to see this break already. So, yeah, I will probably look to manage soon. I'm only in this very small size. I would like to be in this for much more size, but I will get in more when it makes sense. Right now, this volume doesn't really give me too much confidence to want to hold this. So let's see here, guys. We've got 2 minutes until this 15 is going to close. It is also one of them trades here on gold, you know, where you kind of want to be looking at higher time frame candle closures. You know, you don't want to be sitting here watching every single 5-minute candle go sideways, you know, going up and then down and, you know, pulling your hair out. That's why, you know, we're just letting the markets do their thing. You know, we're talking about other things. So any other questions you do have, you know, whilst we're waiting for gold to play out here, guys, you know, feel free to send it over. Yeah, 5-minute looks, yeah, very choppy. Very, very choppy. So I'm kind of taking the 5-minute of the pinch of salt here. I'm more so looking at this 15 here. This 15 close in 1 minute is going to be very key. We've tagged the lows, we're wicking back above. If we flip bullish here on the 15, you may come for a steeper pullback. Therefore, I may cut this at, you know, $20, $30, $40. Keep the losses small here, guys. I'll save the, you know, we got $750 to risk on the day. I'll save the rest for when it makes more sense. I'm going to bring my stop down here, guys. I don't want to see this 15 come back higher. I may even manually close in 1 minute. Let's see. Look at this 15. I do still like, you know, I like the downside here on gold. I like gold to come back down into this 41.20 level. It's just whether or not we're going to do it from here. It doesn't look like it. But like I say to you guys, keep the losses small. What's my biggest loss for the month here? Biggest loss of the month, $370, guys. So keep the losses small. You know, manage your trade from the most neutral perspective. Although I would love to see gold go down right now, you know, what I would love to see and what are going to happen are two very different things. We react to the candle closing, but then we also react to the fact that we're not really driving. So we stay super neutral. Super neutral. Okay, 15 close, nice and bearish, cool. Again, candle close is key. 15 closing, nice and bearish. Instant top wick. Let me see here. Instant top wick into 15. There's a very steep quick top wick here, guys. May short one more here in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna sell stop one more here on the break of this 15 low. If we wick above too aggressive, guys, I'm gonna keep my stops here now. I don't want to see this break too much higher. I'll enter in one more if this 15 can flip bearish. I keep the losses small. Keep the losses small by just cutting the trade when the candle closes against me as opposed to just letting it run against me. You know, a lot of people see, you know, people go short, price closes above them, and they just watch it hit their stops, which to me doesn't really make any sense. You know, if I see candle closing, you know, a high time frame closure against me, it's a pretty good indication I'm probably wrong on the trade and I'll just cut it and wait. But again, you know, like I say, don't worry too much about trying to refine and keep the losses small. Just focus on having your entry, having your stop, and just letting the trade breathe, and you can refine as you progress. 4140, should I 4140s? Yes, nice. I like that. Just need some volume. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like that. Kind of looking at this. You guys on Zoom, that's D jump in the chat sharing some analysis that we should swipe the 4140s, which takes us kind of pretty much to the same levels that we're looking at, like right down here, which looks nice. Let's be honest, I like this to come much lower. But like I say, we've already had, you know, we've had so much volume today already. Like I say, you know, what do we sold off, what, like a 1,000 plus ticks in Asia. We've pushed back up 1,000 ticks. So like I say, it looks like we've already had like a whole day's worth of price action. So a little bit of ranging around these areas, you know, it is normal. The markets aren't just going to keep ripping up and down 1,000 ticks, unfortunately. But yeah, I like these. I do like these shorts. It may come closer to maybe 9:30 to 10 a.m. London time. So you guys on YouTube, you got D in the chat there. Be sure to stick around to D show. And gold may, if not, you know, maybe even pre-New York. You know, like I say, you've already had so much volume here today. But yeah, creating some space, creating some range is normal. It's what the markets need. We're not just going to rip up and down all the time. We're going to push, we're going to range, and then we're going to continue. Let's see here, guys. Let's see. I do have a sell stop below this current 15 low. If this 15 rebreaks back bearish, fantastic. If not, I will potentially close this at a small loss. I'm only in this for 1 micro because the ranges are so big. You can see that 15 is getting a little bit choppy. If the 15 comes high, you know, we could pull back into maybe 41.58-ish before going lower. So you may pull back up into some of these 15 highs. Yeah, I'm going to close that there, guys. I'm going to close that. I'm closing that there, guys. Minus $55. Where's my trades? Minus $55. Sorry, 50. Yeah, 54. The reason I'm closing is because, yeah, I think we're going to spike out some of these highs before we break back lower. So I do still like these shorts here, guys. I just don't like it from here. So there you go. Good quick exit. Now you're coming up in your tag in these highs here. Now, this is where gold can get interesting again. So what we want to see from here is, look at that nice 15. No bottom leg on that 15, broke back higher. So again, this is the reason I don't take the retest entries and I put the sell stop in. Because we didn't re-break back lower, my sell stop didn't get tagged, therefore I just cancelled the order and wait. Whereas if I took the retest entry, I'd be getting instantly squeezed out. So I do still like these shorts here on gold, guys. Now, where am I going to get short? I'm going to get short if we can. I say if we can because we don't have to, but if we can close back below, let's say 41.54. We close back below 41.54. I'm going to look to short gold again. You know, what also is very important here is look at the time down here, guys. It's coming up to 8:49 London time. So we have 10 minutes until this hourly is going to close. So remember, don't get too glued to your 5 minute. If this 5 minute starts to push up, well, picture in the back of your mind how the hourly's gone from looking nice and bearish to all of a sudden, the more this starts to wick back up, well, then all of a sudden we start to leave a pretty big wick. So try and picture in the back of your mind, how does that higher time frame look? So now we go look at this hourly time frame. You know, we've gone from looking really nice and bearish to all of a sudden we could easily wick back above here. So that's one thing I'll do when I'm trading the lower time frame, is I will always be looking down here. So still potential shorts on the day on gold, guys, but I want to see us break back lower. Could that now be the liquidity wick that we need? Could that be the liquidity wick we need? Breakout, and then, you know, we'll get right back in. But yeah, cutting the loss there, minus $55. Keep the losses small. Would have squeezed me out full. You know, maybe I would have taken double the loss. But a good quick exit there. So where are we? Yeah, you guys on YouTube, I will wrap up there. Remember, guys, you have D in the chat coming on right after me as well here at about 9:30 London time. So I do still like these sales here on gold, guys, but we keep the losses very small and we live to trade another day. I do still like these shorts on gold, but I'm just going to wait for a little bit more of a breakout. And to be honest, I'm probably going to wait until this hourly candle closes. My downside targets is that 4140s level that D spoke about. And I do believe, you know, we could see gold coming back down to test some levels at 4130 as well. So still time for shorts on the cards, guys. We still have plenty of time here. So don't force it. Be patient. Wait for them candles to break out, show you some volume, and then react to the markets. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.
Order filled.